to optimize the breathing. That's what we're working with. And how Dr. Buteyko said is very simple. We are changing the depth and the volume of breathing by relaxing the diaphragm. Okay? So the volume gets smaller and the depth gets shallower. Okay? It's very simple, he said, but it's not easy. Simple to understand, but not easy to do.
Yeah.
So, in order to get the maximum out of it, we really need to start slowly and proceed with the process. Don't think about the results too much, but just do it every day, do what you can, and while doing, you will domesticate your breathing center, which is called medulla oblongata. It's situated right here, and it's our breathing center. It's communicate with our cells, with the chemoreceptors in the bloodstream, and it reacts very much on the level of CO2. Very it reacts on little change of CO2, and it doesn't really react on change of oxygen because it's not so it doesn't have so big how do you call it
ability.
No, not the we have always oxygen in the blood, enough oxygen in the blood.
Yeah.
But if we change a little bit of CO2, then the effectiveness changes a lot. So medulla oblongata regulates the breathing most by the level of CO2 in the blood, carbon dioxide, not oxygen. So it's the most important, that's the word.
Yeah.
The most important is CO2 in the blood. We have always enough oxygen. Okay? So we domesticate the medulla oblongata to regulate.
But nevertheless, by burning oxygen when we are active, like walking or running, we have to get more oxygen.
Yes, we have
to
muscles are working. But you see, it's a balance, because when muscle is working, we produce much more CO2. So we can exhale also much more CO2. You see? So it is balanced. So if you are working with closed mouth, your effectiveness is very high of the working muscle. You see? So it's get balanced always. We need oxygen, yes. A lot of oxygen, yes. It's because we are really working hard, so our cells need more oxygen. That's right. And the heart is pumping also harder. But we produce also much more CO2. So we can exhale more CO2 and still retain the balance.
Still we have enough.
Yes, we still have enough. You see? It's a very good question. Very good question. But you see, when we domesticate our medulla oblongata, our breathing center, it means that we actually reprogramming it to regulate on bigger levels of CO2, because it is when we are stressed, it is getting it is regulating the breathing. It's starting the breathing on reacting on low level of CO2 because it thinks it's normal. And now we are letting it to understand. We are talking to our medulla oblongata, explaining that please start regulate our automatical breathing by reacting on higher level of CO2. So it's getting actually how do you call it? It's getting accustomed to higher level of CO2 during the day. So actually by training this, we regulate our automatical breathing. It's not like when we are only changing our breathing while we are exercising. No, that's why this exercise is very different than other breathing exercises. It's actually reprogramming your breathing center to changing your breathing 24/7, also when we are sleeping. So you're actually changing the automatical breathing, reprogramming it. And we have a lot of these chemoreceptors in the blood. Each pair of chemoreceptors for each kind of product. For example, CO2 chemoreceptors, oxygen chemoreceptors, chemoreceptors for different kinds of hormones, every kind of hormones, and like that. And all of them, chemoreceptors, they communicate with our breathing center. So that way it's actually measuring the percentage of blood all the time. Very, very nice engineered system.
Yeah.
Okay, so when we change the depth and the volume by exercise, we reprogram our breathing center to regulate our breathing on the higher levels of CO2. We try to make our breathing center understand that we want higher level of CO2.
Yeah.
Okay?